Fatback Jackson. Ooh, with my co-host
Jordan Lee. F it is just me.
And this is the Cookout Podcast.
The world's most secure podcast.
Pull up and grab a seat, get a plate, we gon' eat. With Chucky and Jay Lee, I'm Vuskeen, I'ma preach.
Run through the city, we stay lit. It's the Cookout. Pull up it and your feels opinions. Whole vibe go viral.
Cookout,
Eat up,
pull up,
drink up,
we lit,
always.
talk shit.
It's the cookout, y'all.
It's your boy Vuskeen, 1/3 of the Cookout Podcast. Had a couple OGs pull up on me today, man. I've been waiting for this interview. We talked about this for a long time. We got Daddy Calhoun, and we got Cal, Skeet.
Yes, sir.
He done been here a couple times, so but Daddy, this your first time here.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I
It's
want.
nice, bro. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wanted to start this one off by a conversation that I just had with somebody a couple days back, and the conversation was that it was a younger guy, and he said I can't take all the game that the OGs is trying to give me if they not looking how I want them to look. So I'm guessing he's saying like the material stuff and stuff like that. But see, I told him, me personally, I kind of get some jewels from whoever even if I get jewels from a bum,
Right.
I'm gonna just try to take what I can take.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So how you feel about that? Like, and I mean, I feel like he felt overall that some of his OGs that he had growing up just kind of failed him. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say to that young guy?
Don't look so much at that material stuff, man. You know, that money, that limelife, all that come and go. And if he had some real OGs, they'd have been on top of the mountain. They've been at the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
That's just the way. That's the way the world works.
Right.
Man. That's the way life works. Especially as a black man out here, boy, you got to go get it. You know, and growing up where we grew up, the OGs was the bums on the corners.
Right.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Sammy them and you know, IE, you know, it was all them type of cats that you learned little things from the bums, man. The unwritten rules.
Yeah, my OGs is Porky and Jamie.
Yeah.
Them my-
it was the
them my
bums, the
OGs.
dope fiends, man. So it's weird. Jelly Roll, you know.
Jelly Roll, yeah.
They tell you something that's gonna stick for a lifetime, you know.
Right. So speaking of that, because you know I'm so much of an advocate for the town that I just love it. Like, I know people get a bad rap because I really think it's because it's small. I think it because when I talk to my sister and she living in Georgia, or I'm talking to a friend that live out in Cali, or I'm talking to somebody live in Texas, they got the same things going on there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's just bigger. So I guess it's kind of more spread out. You know what I mean? It's not the talk of the town because it happened on one particular side of town. But I like to know the history. So you speaking of, you know, some of the OGs and people you got game from, you know, elaborate on how it was coming up for you. Like what year was a young Danny born?
I was born in 73, but I say when we really woke up around, we were still teenagers, 87, 88, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I mean, we was already off the porch.
We jumped off that porch early.
What was it like though? Paint the picture.
Crack
like.
first hit, bro. We're the generation of hip hop. We're the birth of hip hop. When it was hip hop, it wasn't just rapping. You had to go get the beatboxer before you went to got the rapping, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got the beats, and you know, then
And
you got the
before that.
break dancing and graffiti, all that. So yeah, we're the hip hop generation. Crack epidemic. You know.
So was y'all breakdancing? Was y'all was y'all
I wasn't too
was
good.
y'all- Cal was you nice? Cal sitting there looking like, man,
They thought he was smooth,
You
man.
know,
He was
you
kind
know,
of smooth.
I'm half white, man. So the dancing part is the white part of my family.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't got
rhythm
that. I don't
like
got that
that.
in me.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't got that. I don't got that in me, man. I just want to.
Yeah, but it was guys that was a little older, like the Papatrons.
Yeah.
Then was the Poochie Page, then Dion, Dion Roberts, all them.
Okay.
Dwayne Gregory, you know,
Yeah.
we was Middletown City Breakers. We wasn't the Papatrons. You know what I mean? Papatrons was dope, man. They was dope.
So you said this is the crack era.
Yeah, let's say about 85, 86, 87. Them years right there where it started getting rough around.
So see y'all put me on to something because that's crazy because you know a lot of people when I see other interviews or documentaries, they say that you know crack hit in those bigger cities in 85, 86 too. And if y'all saying it, if y'all remember it hitting here too, that mean it didn't have no necessarily just big destination. It went to the small spots too, correct?
Yeah.
Them guys, man. I can remember. We was probably about maybe 15. So that's probably 88 when I was first started selling crack. But even going to Dayton to get on, it was Cali guys. It was Cali guys in them neighborhoods. So some of them guys had
Cali,
already
New York.
migrated to cities like Dayton or whatever. And then even me having house shoes on today, that's Hamilton. The Cali Bloods was in Hamilton, man. Them guys used to be out
That's
on
how we got on.
used to be out on the square, and man, them guys used to have them Dickie shorts on, them house shoes, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. You talking about somebody 14
Jerry
or 15,
Curl,
Jerry
line,
Curl,
you know?
the real
Cali,
gangbangers, man. They they used to be out there posted, and that's how it. As far as I know, now it's some older guys older than us that was already in the streets, already selling crack. I'm just saying, as far as me, there's some other guys from Middletown that was already hustling, before us.
But y'all would go down. But y'all would go down there
To Dayton?
cop.
Yeah.
To them places y'all didn't want to cop in the town or something like that.
Man,
You ain't gonna get the same ticket.
You gotta tell the truth, man. We gotta lay it all out on the line.
Well,
while
keep
we're
it
here.
real.
And this is all y'all's past.
When you went to Dayton, to get on, it was you trying to come up too, right?
Right.
So you can't buy working a quarter here.
Yeah.
You go there, you get a quarter. It's about half ounce.
Right.
Here's a quarter. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
So you might as well come back, go up there, double up. You make a couple trips a day, and you'd made you a couple grand in one day.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't really have access to them guys, man. Them guys that was, that might have been hustling here in Middletown,
They ain't
before
like us.
us. They wasn't,
They ain't like us.
we didn't really have access to them. I'll say that, man.
We went to
don't wanna
inside
say,
school,
they
man. We
didn't-
was
Elaborate
Playboy
what you mean.
niggas.
No, you
man.
ain't gotta say
We
too
had
much. But
access.
just,
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it's
was
the
Playboy,
past,
man.
so-
We was kind of different, man. We soda babies,
Okay.
We wasn't part of the inside crews, like it was a lot of different things. We was kind of the outside. We was young, wild,
Right.
and nobody we'd jump you too. So
Oh yeah, I done heard the stories, man.
Yeah,
I done heard the
we was
stories,
on
man.
that,
The stories are so big. I reference
Yes,
a
sir.
line
Yes,
in one
sir.
of my raps, and I say,
Yes, sir.
I said I'm a player. Should have been in Playboy Posse.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
because I thought it was cool, just because I heard the stories. And people that was in the congregation, you call it, they'd be like, "What you know about?" I'm like, "Man, I just heard y'all was so cool. I just thought it was just a slick line,
Right,
man.
man.
Like, you know what I'm saying?" But so back to that. So the crack era is here. What are y'all seeing that's different from when y'all was first growing up? Cause y'all playing sports at this time too?
Yeah, we still playing. We was in high school playing football, basketball. A Chevy or a Buick, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to come home, For us, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. For us, it was kind of hard. All our moms was, alcoholics, on drugs. So you might come home and it's fucked up. Mama might be passed out, ain't nothing to eat. Whatever. It started getting rougher and rougher. And as you're a younger guy, becoming a man, you start taking over. Like, we ain't gonna live like this. Telling your little brothers and sisters, "Oh, fuck this, we got to do something."
Right.
And you become a man real quick.
Right. And it's a lot of y'all, right? You got quite a few siblings. Right?
No, it was me, Toya, and Glick. I had a lot of cousins.
Okay.
We all grew up
and y'all,
in that
and
one
everybody,
house.
y'all grew up like brothers and sisters. So that's
Yeah,
okay. That's where that come in at.
We all grew up in that one house. My grandma was old, and all our parents was, drunks and stuff. Man, it was bad, bro. So yeah, we had to figure something else.
Right.
figure
What
it
you
out.
what you see changing, Cal? Like what's something most like significant that you seen?
Man, I think when that crack era hit, man, I think what kind of messed our generation up is, at the time you got to think Army Corps was big, right? So if you had a mother, father, somebody worked at Army Corps, it was like they was doing good in life, right?
You'll be all right.
So when crack hit, you start, as a child, we 14, 15 years old, and then you start selling crack to these men in your community that's supposed to be the pillars. You selling them crack, they work at AK. So it's like, even if, working would be appealing, this is your picture, this is your view of what working is. Like, why would I ever want to work if, I'm gonna smoke crack, right?
Right.
And then,
Roles reversed.
some of the
we became the adults.
Right.
some of the the women in the community, that start smoking dope, and they tricking, and
You gotta put it out there.
it's mind blowing, right? That was my first
Prom
time getting some head or whatever. You know what I mean? Just
prom queen,
off somebody that
turn the
smoked
prom
crack,
queen,
right?
all that.
So it's like, and from my perspective back then, looking at it now, it's like anybody in my community that I could have looked up to, or that I was close to, or I might have could have seen on my block, that might have been living a decent life, they was now smoking dope, man. They smoking crack. So that ain't,
It was illegal
that
in our
ain't
camp. Like,
appealing.
you didn't think of somebody smoking crack could have any kind of influence over your life or could tell you what to do.
Right.
So that meant anybody. Like, you a dope fan. You gonna, the fuck you gonna tell me I can't do this or do that? I got more money than you, you know,
So that goes back to what you was talking about in the beginning when the young man said that to you, right? Just as far as, man, my OGs, they don't look appealing to me, right? So that's kind of like the same perspective. So I can understand that from somebody younger, even though we was younger probably than the person that you was talking to. So what I try to explain to them guys in my groups, right? I run groups inside the prison. What I try to explain to them, man, is if I got a job, right? I'm 49 years old, right? And I explain to them like, okay, if we was at a job and I've been at that job 49 years, you've been at that job 20 years, you might be decent at that job, but I'm gonna be better at that job, right? And that's life, right? Anybody, I don't care what you have attained in life. If you've been living longer than me, you know more about life than me. So I don't care what you got financially. You know more about life than me because you've been living life longer than me. So for me now at this age, I'm listening. I don't care what you got, where you at, what you done in life. If you older than me and you take the time to come to me and talk to me, I'm gonna listen. Cause like you said, I gotta take something from that. Just cause you know more about life than me. And I feel so bad now with my father gone, my uncle gone, my grandparents gone. So them people that I might have used to turn to just to sit down and sit on that porch and have them conversations with, I don't have that no more. So I embrace it anytime I can get it now. I don't care what you're doing in life. If you're older than me, I'm going to sit down and listen. So, I can relate to what the young man was saying to you because that's the same thing we just talked about. But hopefully what they understand is material things don't make a man, right? Money don't make a man.
Like I was telling y'all,
though.
Nowadays I feel like it's about they want to be led. That's what it's all about. Like they don't care if they even have it. You know what I mean? Like they like for real, they just want to look like they got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still do. I'm at a middle age right now, so I still, I hang out with the OGs like y'all. I still hang out with the young wild guys. I shouldn't, but I still hang with them. And they ask me like dumb questions like man, you buy all this stuff and you don't post it, or I'm like some things I do but I post it from an angle of this was something I really wanted and this is why I wanted it and I got my hands on it. It's not to brag. I'm not posting the, you know what I'm saying, I went and bought a $300-400 pair of sneakers. I went and got my new car. I went and did this, and you know what I mean. It's I feel like it's more things you could be worried about in the world right now because the world getting crazy as hell. But to circle back around, we still in this era. We still in like the 80s, I guess
90s.
early 90s. what was actual Middletown like? Because I hear the stories of like from people that be from Dayton, Hamilton. Like, man, boy, I used to come to that Middletown, boy.
It was live, man.
And so what was it like? What was the highlight of a day? I mean, I know. What day would you say? Was it a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or what? Or was it every day?
Something going on every day. It's something we outside. Ain't no inside.
So I'm gonna ask you. You wake up early in the morning. It's 1990.
Summer.
What is summertime? I'm gonna ask both of y'all this question separately.
We on 15.
And what you doing? Do you wake up? What you doing? What you like what you throwing on?
My morning routine.
What you eating in the morning? What you throwing on? What you doing throughout the whole day?
Okay, eat in the morning. Probably a cup of coffee, a blunt. Cup of
was
coffee,
it blunts then, or we still smoking
no,
joints?
we big joints. Big joints. 3 for $5, 6 for $10 back then. You know what I mean? So you gotta have your joint. I'm gonna walk down to the park, see what's popping. Douglas is already it's already popped. 2 miles an hour on soda back then. Too many cars. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so you gonna step out on the block. You ain't gonna make it to the park for about an hour though. So I'm on 15th. Coming down to 16th, the store gonna be popping. Hood's Corner, the place they told you not to go to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody gonna be up early. Miss Hughley might be cooking.
Oh, she was cooking back then.
Miss Hughley a little
Miss
later.
Miss
Miss Hunter right there on the
Hunter
corner.
cooking.
Papa's and her mama.
Yeah.
Who's mama?
Rodney, Dwayne Hunter,
Dwayne
Daryl
Hunter's
Hunter,
little
Terry Hunter.
Okay. I know you're talking
Not
So
Rodney
she
Hunter,
could-
your
I know
area.
you're
Rodney
talking
Hunter,
about. I know you're talking
our area. His mom stayed
Yeah,
right
she
there on the
cooking.
corner, 16th in Minnesota,
Big
right there on the
breakfast
corner.
sandwiches.
Okay. Breakfast
Yeah.
sandwiches?
Big breakfast sandwiches.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
So, yeah.
That was bad. They was probably about $3-4 back then. Because now
Man,
breakfast.
If
Man,
that,
about
might have been a couple
$2.
dollars.
Yeah,
Breakfast sandwich
$2
they're
sound
gonna
like
charge you $25 right now for
Yeah,
breakfast.
it might have been a couple dollars.
I mean, we gonna hoop all day long. We gonna hoop all day long. After that, hoop and sell dope.
So y'all sell hoop and then y'all go back down.
No,
Or
we
what-
selling
what's-
dope and hooping at the same time.
Are they pulling up to
Get
the
a 20
park?
nigga, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta go to the side, get your pack. It was
Right.
just like, it was street hustling. So
Right.
the whole block, everybody gonna be on the block hustling. Whoever out there, you
Because
get
ain't no
money.
cell phones. So that's
Ain't
how
no
you sell
cell
dope.
phones.
They got to pull up.
Yeah.
They got to pull
You on
up
the
back
strip.
then.
Is they pagers?
I didn't have a
We didn't
pager
have
back
pagers
then.
for a while.
Some
We-
of them older
yeah.
guys might have had pagers. I didn't have pagers back then.
This
It was
before
straight.
pagers and cell phones.
They
We
pulling up.
street hustling,
Yeah.
straight on the block. And if you ain't prepared for the block back then, dope fiend take you up top. See these young guys, they got a pass when they got in the game. You had to worry about the stick up kids, the dope fiends, and if you on somebody's block. And back then we owned shit. We felt like we did anyway. I felt like I owned Minnesota.
Right.
Better not be out there and we don't know you, man.
Yeah.
And the hoods on 8th.
Oh,
Both.
yeah.
So they was hustling on 8 too. At the,
Yeah, hood.
Yeah.
So
Both
it was
hoods
two
was over.
hoods?
No, it was
No,
the
there
whole
was
hood.
two. The hoods
Hoods
on
Owned by the same
8th,
person?
Yeah,
8th, and then the hoods on 16th was
yeah,
both
it
open.
was two hoods. But Verdi Parkway was a divider basically. One side of town, other side of town.
Okay.
So we ain't really cross over there too much. We ain't go over there too
Who
much.
was over there on the other
There was
side?
Yo Dogs over there.
Who?
Yo Dogs, you ain't know nothing about
Nah, I
the
ain't
Yo
know
Dogs?
That's Bertha's. They over there by Bertha's though.
That was
Michigan Park.
So you got to go down some more.
They
Well, no,
they
that's
on
all the same thing.
they on like Yankee
Verdi
and
Parkway,
Yankee,
VFW,
Yankee.
all that stuff over there. Everything over there was there.
Who was that? Anybody I would know?
Yeah, Rondo, and shit, Earl Quinn,
Okay.
Kirby,
Man,
Ronell,
all them guys,
Monte
all them guys that's big now.
Rollo.
They was that
Okay.
size when they was
They was all that big.
15.
They was older than that.
They ain't grew since they was 14.
They was Jock.
All
All
them
them was over
guys
there.
was
They
big,
deep.
man.
They was deep.
Okay.
Timmy, Monty,
Gigi,
baby,
yeah, Gigi.
Gigi, yeah.
They was deep over there, man. So, it was a little beef, man. They was a couple years older than most of them, so they was knocking our women off. That's what it was. They was knocking our women. You know
I
how
hate
when you
that. I know.
older,
Yeah, I hated that.
so we might have been freshmen, they seniors or junior seniors. They taking all our little girlfriends, and we ain't like that, man. We was hating,
They was driving. Was
Yeah, they had cars. They was playing varsity ball.
They pulling up to the
Yeah,
high school. They pulling up to the bus stop.
yeah,
picking them up, man.
yeah. You know how
You
that
ain't gotta
go.
wait on that bus, baby. You get in the car with me.
So that started a little baby war, man. We, back then wars was just all scrapping though. It wasn't
Just knuckle game.
Yeah, you gotta be nice with your hands. You wasn't nice with your hands, don't even come on out. Don't stay home, bro. He gonna get you. He out there waiting.
Right. I used to always wonder this, like, did y'all used to would it be more 1-on-ones back then, or it be like group
It
fights?
all started off 1-on-1.
And
Every
then
fight
everybody
started
just
1-on-1.
jump in.
Yeah, you ain't gonna let your homie get
Yeah, if they
knocked
caught
out,
one of
so.
us over there, they was they was gonna jump us.
You jump.
We caught one of them over there on our
jump.
side. They was gonna get jumped.
So what was going on like on the like the parts of town that's like that got more popular in like I guess like the 2000s? Was people like over on like Baltimore, that area? Was people over there, or wasn't people over? That was
Now
just
that
like
was more like after us. That's like my brother.
Yeah, and
did,
in our area, that was all white folks. We ain't even.
No,
we ain't
it
even
was
go
on
over there.
VFW. We got the EQ still. We had the EQ.
that was
just
just
eighth.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was all right there in our hood. Everything
That
was
was
right there. It was
Main Street
constant.
Projects? Was it people?
Oh yeah.
It was
Main
all
Street
black
was-
folks,
it
all
was
the
all black.
projects. Main Street, 18th, and People's Place.
We ain't had no white folks in
the
the hood really.
Right.
Period.
black folks.
People's Place, Main Street, none of that. Wasn't no white people.
Right. Community
like
Center
that.
was popping then,
Oh,
correct?
yeah.
That was popping.
Was popping in our area for sure.
Greatest basketball games. The
I
park,
remember.
greatest
I
basketball
remember when I
games.
was a little kid and I lived in People's Place. That's where we grew up at, in People's Place. And I would be a little kid and I would come up there and they would have like actual like full games where the bleachers be full.
Yeah.
And they would be and then I remember they would even have volleyball
Yeah.
up there. Then they would have volleyball at the field right there. I remember people playing volleyball.
Sand volleyball,
Yeah,
yeah.
they was. Yeah, so I did catch a glimpse of when it was still like.
So was the pool still there?
Yeah,
with
the
you?
pool was the pool was there until I was like, I want to say 14, 15.
Yeah, it wasn't jumping like our area though.
But yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It was.
Yeah,
Now,
down
that's
and out. It was
because
down and
I
out.
kind of seen
Swimming
why
suit
it kind
contest.
of left. Because when I was 15,
He
16,
was wild,
14, it was only like it'd be like a few people coming to get, and then they don't want to pay to get in. They trying to sneak people in. I'm like, man, they ain't even.
They quit
ain't
doing
no-
the moonlights, man. The moonlight
Moonlights,
parties.
the park
Was it a
parties.
particular person you put them together, or that was just the actual pool? that
No,
was
like the
doing it?
moon. Like I'm gonna say this, the moonlights was usually like the community center. Somebody would put that on. Now it was a couple times, man, where they let some hustlers have pool parties.
Benny had one.
And they cut that out pretty quick. But them some of the livest Benny, Jack, and them
Yeah,
had
we
pool
had-
parties.
Man, we had our
It
own
was
freak
it
league
was
in the
almost
pool,
like
boy.
Freaknik. And then we talking about not just Middletown. It's people coming
Hamilton, Natty,
from all over
Dayton,
coming to them
everywhere.
pool parties at night, man. And
The park was
just
the largest
imagine
spot.
the park ain't nowhere
black
to park.
park with a
It's a
pool.
pool party going on. Man, that one year Benny and Jack and them did, they had fireworks and everything, man.
And
Talking
was
about
it a holiday
street
or was it
guy.
just regular day?
I think it might have been one of them's birthday. Like Jack's birthday in June, so it might have been his. Benny's. I think Benny. I don't know when Benny's birthday, but it might have been Benny's
I know it
birthday.
was live.
But they had some legendary parties out there, like they at the pool. But that park, man, was always packed.
Legendary basketball games. You got
Minnesota was
Hold on,
always
real quick.
packed.
Sidebar, Jack. I've been wanting to get you on the podcast. Come on.
I'm gonna get
Come
at
on.
it. I want him to
Legend.
come on here,
Come
man,
on,
because
man.
he was one
Oh,
of the first ones of our era to really, get some money, man. Like
Yeah,
I
pop
definitely
that
have to
thing
give him
off,
his
boy.
give him his props.
Gotta give it to
He learned how to hustle at an early age. And he was like one of the ones.
honestly, the first cat that I seen with $1,000. I'm talking about when we kids.
Yeah, that was big.
R.I.P. to
Darren Foster. Darren Foster and John
Darren
Irvin.
Foster was the
R.I.P.
straight first
Rest in
shortstop
peace,
hustling.
He
But-
said shortstop.
Oh, he shortstop hustle. He invented
Hustler.
it, man. He's a
They
hustler,
gonna
man.
sell dope all day. Stop. Cut
First
your hair.
cat that ever showed me $1,000. I said, I need $1,000. I seen that knock. Oh, I need $1,000. He got $1,000. That was so big back then.
$5 haircuts. He gonna stop, cut your hair, put your name in your hair. He gonna make that money. He gonna hustle. Darren was, I don't, whatever anybody's, viewpoint of him, man. He was a hustler in our eyes, and
man,
that was our
R.I.P.
guy. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. to that
RIP.
man. So y'all know I'm into the fashion, and we gonna bounce all around this interview too, man. We gonna talk about that. We gonna go we gonna chop it, man. It's the Cookout podcast. It's the only way we know how to do it. I'm into fashion. So what was guys rocking? What was that one shoe? Because right now, everybody they want a pair of. They doing the Jordan ones, we doing the Air Force Ones.
The
Them
ones,
the Air Force Ones
shit
come
back
back.
then.
The Jordan ones.
These, right?
Yeah, 86. That's when
That's
they came
real.
out.
Okay.
I ain't.
But what was that? What
Hey,
was
it
that?
was only 3 motherfuckers that had them, though, man.
Oh, yeah. What was the what was that one shoe that was like just that
Lotto,
decent share?
Valley.
Valley. How much you get a pair of them for back then?
Probably about 100.
That's still a lot. Then I'm talking about what was that shoe that was like $40, $50 that everybody can afford? That was it Cortez? Nike Cortez?
The Nike Cortezes.
Cortez.
We all bought Lottos. Them Lottos wasn't that much. Them Lottos was probably about 60.
I'm hip to them.
Yeah.
They
You
call
got
Lotto.
yeah. You gotta look at the Lottos.
Okay, I'm gonna
Then
look
for a
Lotto.
minute, Deodora, British Knight came out.
Yeah, BK, yeah.
Feelers was big. When we was young, I can remember being 13, 14, seeing them guys. I was in Hamilton at the time, but them guys, them Fila jumpsuits, them velour sweatsuits, Fila, Puma, the suede Pumas. All them shoes was probably about
with the
50,
zipper
60
joint.
back
And
then.
They had the zipper joint on them. You can put your money down in your shoe. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
oh, that's a player.
Had a
Where
little
was
pocket
y'all
on
going
it.
to get this shit from? Like what stores was?
You know, Town Mall was popping back then. It's
Oh, it
small.
was popping
It was
in.
New York
Town,
fashion.
New York Fashion, City Center Mall. You know,
Okay.
downtown was the City Center Mall, Town Mall. Of course, Tri County.
Yeah, Town Mall was big. Man. They had Finish Line, Foot Locker, and all that.
Back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Foot Locker and all that was definitely in there.
You
But
at
you can
Tri-County
go back
Mall.
then. You can go to like Dayton, Value City, stores like that had shoes in there.
Right.
So definitely City Mall, but Town Mall.
Was they boosting back then? Did y'all have like boosters? Like somebody bring you like some good shit? Like
Crack era,
gotcha.
man. We in the crack
Everything.
era, man.
Okay.
So you,
Everything was.
because I heard the stories from like in New York. They'd be like, man, we never went to the store. Like we had boosters. Like they come with feeler suits and Puma suits.
Pull up with a whole band full of
the
everything.
crack era brought all that out. I'm sure they had it before that. You know, I'm sure they probably had boosters for that. But for us, man, that crack era, man, them guys, them I hate to use the word dope fiends, but you know, crack people that were smoking crack,
They
man,
was hustlers.
they knew how to get some money, man.
They
period.
would
So,
fix your car, cut your grass, clean your yard up, and
cleaning
still-
supplies,
man,
whatever.
everything. And still come back with a whole bunch of Tide and stuff.
No, I respect it, man. I respect it.
They was
man.
hustlers back then, man. They
I
wasn't
respect
sitting
it.
around.
And I always looked at it like this the hand that we was dealt. Most of it was dealt. Only thing I respect more about y'all is y'all wanted to find stuff, but y'all actually was paying, you know, to take care of y'all families. I know some guys that's right now that's in the game and they getting some change, and they families are struggling. And I be like, damn, bro, you can't get your sister her water got cut off, and you instead of you helping your sister out who done gave you meals, and watch your kids for you while you went out to hustle. The first thing you got to say is, she better ask that nigga she was fucking.
Yeah, they ain't gonna last long.
You can't help your sister out, your auntie out, that's been feeding you, letting you stay there, letting you bring girls there and shit like that.
Yeah, he won't last.
First
long.
thing you got to say is, you better ask that nigga she was fucking. Come on, man.
It's gonna be ugly.
So that's one thing I respect more about y'all back in the
We
day,
used
man.
to call
Y'all,
it the game guy. I don't know what karma, whatever,
Yeah.
but a game guy back in the day, if you didn't take care of your people, I mean, that's what you did it for. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, it's illegal or whatever or not, but
Right.
the hand we was given, you had to take care of your people with that hand, man.
Right.
You know, if not, when it's time for you to go lay it down, your people don't take care of you.
right,
Yeah, you understand why.
right.
Do that hard bit when you a
The tables
steak
turn,
baby.
right?
Yeah,
Tables turn.
they give you a football number.
Right. And speaking of that, that's your first number. What year was that?
Prison.
Yeah.
I was 20, so that would have been 93.
Walk us through that real quick. Like, what was that? What was the charge? And you know what I'm saying?
Man, you know, the first time I went to
Yeah,
prison, they
that
put
was
me in prison.
juvie.
Well, yeah, I went to DYS for sure at 15.
We was doing bits in DYS before we turned 18.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
put us on gang foul, racketeering, all this type of stuff in DYS before we was even 18.
Yeah, they try to blow us up
They,
like
yeah,
it was.
they
more
made the
than what it
Playboy
was.
thing really like
the news.
Racketeer.
Right.
type.
Anything that happened in Middletown that was bad, it was the Playboy Posse.
So, yeah,
It was crazy.
it was terrible.
It was.
Y'all ain't gonna live.
It
You
was,
know,
man.
that was the thing we always heard, that we will never live to see 21. And I mean, from old people, man. And here we is, 50 years old, having this interview with you, man. God good, bro. You know.
And you got to think, man. You know, and you know, when people blow that up out of proportion like that when we was young, and don't get me wrong, we did some bad things, man. But most of us, man, we still living, and then just good men today.
Right.
And you know, you got to be. It's got to be some good in you, even at a younger age, to grow up to be a good man, right? We was all like, we know each other, so we all know we had good hearts then. But you know, it's this politics, man. People play them games. The police play them games, and I mean anything negative that had, man. It was like it was us. They won't put it in the paper. Like the Playboy Posse did it. Somebody got beat up at McKinney walking through the field. Like, oh, the Playboy Posse did it. And it's like,
Y'all jumped his
man,
old
wasn't
man.
none of us.
Y'all
You know, we ain't had
beat
nothing to
up
do with
Rob,
that.
old lady.
Right.
It was y'all.
It's crazy, man.
Anything. If a black man did it in the hood or close to the hood, they said we did it. And somebody was going to catch a case over that shit.
No, we did a lot of nonsense, but it was a lot of stuff that they said we was doing. You know, we definitely
So 93.
definitely weren't.
93.
Yeah.
First bid.
First number. My first number actually went to penitentiary for like 0.08 grams of crack, like a crumb. I had a judge named Judge Valen, who's pretty much sent everybody to prison.
He gonna give you that first number.
Don't want to say he was racist or anything, because I seen him send white folks to prison as well. So went to prison. He basically as an adult, that was my first adult felony. I was 20, but based upon my juvenile record, the Playboy Posse thing, he called me a menace in court. Like you a menace to society. I'm sending you to prison. I'm like, a menace? This is my first felony. What I done did? You know what I mean? But your juvenile stuff carried with you. Sent me to prison. At 20, I went back at I think 26. Went back to state prison for a secret indictment. I did like 9 months on that, and then what was that? 03. 03. I think it was 03. I caught my federal case. Was it 03? 06 maybe. I don't.
That'd have been, yeah, I was
Yeah,
a
it
little
might
older.
have been 06, because,
No, 03, that's when my daughter was born. So that's when I got back to the streets. Matter of fact, 03 is when I got back in the streets. Federal case in 06.
that's what I'm about to
yeah,
call
man.
out for you.
Yeah, 06. So, been home since 2010, man. Don't
Right.
plan on.
Y'all been through the trenches of things, and like I remember like when I was coming up, I would hear stories, and then to see the man that y'all become now, you be like, man, like if y'all can do it, you just be like, man, anybody can. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I know
yeah,
it's
yeah,
probably,
yeah.
I know it's probably, it's hard. It's hard. We spoke about that too. It's hard, but shit, if y'all can do it, man.
Anybody can, man. You know, that's what, when I talk to young brothers around, man, it's a lot of brothers out there that I can relate to. I see myself in them. All I'm trying to do is throw you a oop, man. Just get up and go throw that thing down. That's it,
Right.
man. I ain't trying to tell you how to reshape or nothing like that, but just let you know, man, you're going to get knocked down in this thing called life, man.
Right.
It's up to you to get back up, though.
Right.
You're going to get knocked down again, too, bro.
Right.
It's up to you to get back up, though, man. You got to just keep getting up, and that's what it helps you become the better man.
Right.
You know?
And so, Danny, when did you, because we know you as Coach Danny, you know what I'm saying? When did that become a thing? Like how did you even get into the realm of coaching?
My last bit was in 92. My daughter was born. It was a hard one. A hard bit. I did the juvie bit, came home. I was home from May, turned 18, and was back in the penitentiary. I was in a regular penitentiary by November. So I wasn't home, 6 months? You know what I'm saying, 5, 6 months. Made another baby. I was home long enough to make a baby. But yeah, man, them bits, they kind of really took it out of me, man. And I bit it hard. When I came home, the world was different. Everything I took sacred, like my little brother and Shotty and them, playing ball, going to school. My homies out here, they beefing with each other. By the time I come home, they going at it with each other. My little brother and them running the block now.
So it's a
yeah,
switched
my
auto
car
there.
on bricks in the backyard. You know, I say, man, what my car? What's wrong with my car, man? You know what's going on?
Right.
They said, man, go pick one out front, man. Here go some money, man. Go. The world different though. I don't know what's going on. You know,
Right.
like I got a car. I don't know how to really drive no
Right.
more. You know. So man, I knew I had to do something different, man. I got these kids, and yeah, everybody looking at me. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Man, I'm gonna start coaching again. I can't play no more. You know, I'm gonna go coach. I'm gonna see if I can coach. And Beetle Robinson took a chance on me. I'm 20, 21-year-old young cat. He said, "Yeah, man, you coaching my team, man.
Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Beetle.
rest in
Yeah,
peace,
Beetle,
Beetle, man.
sure.
Beetle Robinson took
Good
it.
man.
He said, I own this company and this is my coach. Here I am, 20 years old, out here coaching against the great Danny Banks and Doc
Right.
Bringers.
Right.
You know what I mean? These my coaches. I know,
Right.
yeah, I played for these guys,
Right.
but now I'm coaching against them. But I know I got the trick. I know all the kids. I know
Right.
all the kids. So
Right.
draft day, I'm tearing them up, man.
Right.
And yeah, man, it changed my life to be able to change another young man's life, you know.
Right,
And
right.
I just kept trying to push that forward, you know.
Right.
I knew I could help somebody. To see him go to college was beautiful.
And y'all used to get flack in y'all's early days when like the Smith Park was going on because they'd be like, I didn't know my coach I don't even want to say his name on camera. I didn't know my coaches was hustling and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I said, man, god damn, man, like Danny and a couple other ones too. I'm like, damn, I didn't know motherfuckers like your coach selling dope is shit like that. I remember a couple moms done been yelling like, you ain't play my kid, you ain't fuck that, you ain't nothing but a damn drug dealer anyway. I'm like, he so joke.
Right.
I don't see him out there. You niggas y'all was probably on pagers at that time. Yeah, like, man, I can't be out on the block. I'm coaching, but yeah, man, I like the way that y'all was hard, but firm on the kids, and y'all just you could tell that y'all really had a genuine like love for us, man.
We did.
Y'all really did. Y'all really did.
A lot of time, them coaches, man, the value of them football coaches is sometimes, man, that's a child's first father figure. And the father not in the home.
Yep.
Sometimes them coaches, man, football, basketball, whatever it might be, man, that's the first father figure, man. And a lot of kids, like, and I can remember when Danny first started coaching. When we was out there, man. I remember that first championship game, man. Josh Banks on Bremer, and you had KD's brother.
Like, red team.
We out there, like the hood out there. Like that's my homie, right?
Yeah.
So man, we out there supporting the team too.
That was different.
Yeah.
Dope boys pull up out there. I wasn't that good yet. That's I was playing for Johnny Myers. I didn't excel until
your coach wasn't that good. Man.
Yeah.
He was
At football,
we supposed to get some helmets, get some lightnings on the helmets. He done ran off with the break. And he come back to practice. I said, damn. It was probably about
Johnny's a good track coach.
We had probably about how many players them teams had? About 20 players.
About 20, yeah.
He got $25 from everybody. Didn't come back. They like, man, where our helmet, our lightning for our helmet at?
Yeah, Johnny was.
But I remember the big dope boys be out there. Hey, you scored too. I got $50 for you. You got a new pair of shoes. You get, and I'm like, damn, I'm just waiting my turn. But like you said, them games was lit. It was lit. I didn't excel to like 2 years after that, but I remember them games. But I want to circle back around to what you said. You said the crew, because this is something for these young boys too. Like we spoke off camera. Some of their friends is having more influence than the parents are.
Right.
So not to say like that y'all wasn't really like quote unquote friends, but y'all having them groups. I know it's probably certain people in the group that you probably associate with, but you got to find your real people that's for you.
Right.
So how would you? What's some things? Because I know how you is. You a people person, and I know you a person that kind of can like see like certain things, like qualities in somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell a young boy how to like choose a friend when you got a group of 20 people, and y'all this big crew. Like, what's some qualities that
That's
you
how
would
we
basically?
You gotta. One thing, man. Who
Build
you are,
bonds.
you're gonna attract the same energy, whoever you are, right? So these guys, man, that I'm around, Danny and them, man, them guys ain't really know me. We just might have met each other when we was young, and we clicked from there. But for me, man, you gotta wait till you go through something. And that's some of with these young kids, man, what they don't understand is, man, I can say whatever, right? I can tell you, I can sound good. I can tell you I'm down for you for life, or
Bro,
I'm going to
we
do this.
gang. You
If they
gang,
come
we
out here
gang,
shooting
gang.
at us, I'm going to shoot back. Or if we
Yeah.
catch a case, I ain't going to say nothing. All that sound good until that pressure get on you.
Right.
And the thing with us getting in trouble at such an early age, that press was on us, so everybody proved
We already
themselves, right?
Right.
It's times where I ain't had nothing to eat. I can go over to Danny's house and I can get something to eat. Like that's a fact.
Without that feeling like you over your
Yeah.
friend's house.
Right.
And
It
then
ain't your friend.
he's suspended, right? Danny suspended for 2 weeks.
He hit me for the
I'm with you. I ain't going to school neither, man. You suspended. You gotta act like you going to school every day. We leaving
Right.
together. Wherever we gotta go for these 2 weeks, that's what we gonna do.
Right.
For 2 weeks. So what I was saying is just go through life a little bit and be patient and really see, man, because it's one thing about all my friends, even our friends growing up, man. If one of us didn't have, we're gonna make sure each other all right. And then ain't nobody gonna throw that in your face, and then
Never hear
it's
about
just automatically returned, right? I don't have to be like, oh, remember I did this for you or whatever. If I'm going through something, Danny, this is what I got going on.
Right.
He gonna make sure I'm okay,
Right.
and then vice versa. So most of them guys we grew up with, honestly, I'm still friends with to this day.
I
We
think
put through
our
some
bond, man.
things.
A lot of crews might say for life and this and that. Our bond for life is real. Like it's been for life. It's been over 30 years. I just seen this dude before he had any hair on his face. You know what I mean? Like before he got some poo poo. Their first kid, last kid, grandkid. That's for life. That's a lot of people's life. A lot of people ain't lived 30 years. You know what I mean? So it's for life, man. When you got somebody that's it ain't just him. You got Mikey, you got Ricky, Ski, TJ. You know what I mean? There's so many of us that's on that call.
Man, Dre.
When things happen, when that call come,
Right.
you all right? Where you need me?
Right.
It's real. I mean, I got chills just talking about it. It's real. We here for each other.
Right.
Mama's deaths, kids being born, all that. We here for each other. It's real.
Like I said, I just want to. The main focus, and I'll probably end up calling this episode navigation, because y'all OGs and y'all know, y'all been around, y'all know how to move. These kids today, they so caught up on, and I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them guys like that too. I'm like, man, these my bros, these my guys, and it was probably about 9 of us, and I fuck with 3 of them. Talk to another one, that make 4. So one gone, other, you know what I mean, and these kids need to hear that, bro. Like you said, they'll tell you anything until it's time, and then on the other aspect, you got to worry about the jealousy. You know what I'm saying? I had a group of guys. I could have sworn I was doing enough for them, but I guess what I was doing wasn't enough. I'm trying to teach you how to fish, but you know what I'm saying? You want me to go and fish for you and grab the fish out and hook it, fillet it, cook it, give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just wanted to teach you how to fish, and somewhere along the line, you know what I'm saying? I guess it really wasn't what I thought it was.
Right.
But that's dope that you, like I said, I want to ask you that because I know you can. I know how you know how to read people. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Most of the people in my life, man, is people I done grew up with, and then even the friends that I done gained as I got older, man. All of them just good people, man. Now don't get me wrong, man. I have ups and downs with my friends. And friends sometimes, I done done some things wrong.
Yeah, always.
But when it's your friend, you can straighten that out, man. You can figure it out. For me, I have to apologize. 'Cause in some situations, I done been the one did something wrong or something I shouldn't have done. So it's like, okay, cool. Let me apologize for that. Once I recognize I'm out of line, right. And as a friend, your friend gonna forgive you,
Right.
and then you're gonna move on. And then if it's the shoe on the other foot, I'm gonna forgive my friend.
Right.
Now, them situations where somebody ain't really trying to do nothing with themselves, I don't have no problem with cutting you off. Like I done had friends like that I love to death. But if you ain't trying to do nothing with yourself, and you ain't trying to stand on your own too, I don't want you around me, because when that pressure come down, see, a lot of guys ain't really been through no pressure, right? And going to prison and catching a case, that's pressure. But when that federal situation come about, that's pressure. When somebody actually got that gun at you and they blazing at you, that's pressure. So it's been proven as far as them guys around me, and a lot of guys ain't really been through no real pressure. Like they talk about it, but they ain't really live no real pressure. So you don't know what they made of or what they how they cut until they go through it. And again, working in a prison, man, and talking to them guys, and there's guys that ain't never coming home based upon they had somebody they thought they was their friend. They went through that pressure, and now they ain't never getting out of prison, because that same person they thought was a friend is the same person that told on them, right? And then even in your situation, man, I tell guys this all the time. Even when it's a friend, if it don't cost me my life or my freedom, it's just a lesson learned. I thank God for that, right? So when you do something foul or whatever, it don't cost me my life or my freedom, but you show your hand, thank you, God. Man, I appreciate you. Because this was petty. Right. So I know if something really, really, really would have popped off, man, you would have folded, right? If my life was on the line or my freedom was on the line, you would have folded. So in them situations, man, where people do show their hand, man, thank you, God. That's all that is. That's God, man. That's God showing you, like, man, look, you see what's going on, man. Go on here and let him go. Like, go on here and cut that off.
So, Danny, let me ask you this, because this is something I struggle with, and I know you probably have been through this, because you could arguably say the biggest family in Middletown.
Facts.
Not arguably, probably the biggest family.
Not arguing.
So with your friends, you can kind of, what I'm saying, once they show their hand, you kind of cut them off. With family, you can't necessarily do that. You can, but you can't.
Right.
I guess you can more.
Love them from a distance.
Okay.
Facts.
You gotta love them. Sometimes your family can be worse than your friends.
Right.
Sometimes
Facts.
your family can hurt you in ways your friends never could, because you never thought it would come from your family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you gotta take them lumps too.
Man, family a word, man.
Yeah.
I got friends that's more family to me than some of my family, right? So family is a word. It's a word. That's all.
You just gotta learn how to. I learned how to forgive, man, and that's the only thing. That's the only reason I'm here. If I ain't have my faith and forgiveness in my heart, I wouldn't be here, bro. I had a list on the real.
Right. And I think that's some super dope growth for a street guy, because we know it's hard to forgive, man.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was on a different time back then, bro.
I know.
Yeah, I'd be laying under your porch or something, like waiting on you to put your key in the door. Like,
I think it start
God
off
changed me, man. God changed me, man.
I think when you're in the streets, you start off with that. You had that first girlfriend, and well, for me, I had that first girlfriend once I started off in the streets, and it could probably be the same thing for a lot of people. I was out doing me, and you getting a little money, you flipping quarters, and you getting to that $1,000, and the girl that you had that loved you before all that, when you was broke and ashy and dusty.
She don't look the same.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying she don't look the same, but she's still that good girl. Yeah. But you like, man, I want to go out and get the bad girls. I got $1,000 now. I'm trying to go. I'm 16, 17. I want to go get the 21-year-old.
Yeah.
That's going. I got $1,000. They gonna let me fuck. You know what I'm saying? And you leave her in the dirt. And then she like, all right, well, I got to get some confidence. She do something, then you like, I can't forgive her now. I've been out doing all this shit, but I can't forgive her now because she went, and it probably was a better dude than me. You know what I'm saying? A good guy. But I can't forgive you. You went out, I heard you was out with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I've been running around fucking the whole city. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's
forgiveness is so hard to do. It is. But you needed to grow. You needed to grow.
It's necessary.
You got
It's
you
a
got to
spiritual
have
principle.
that one. That was one of the hardest things for me to ever do in my life is learn how to forgive, man. Because I'm really vengeful and I'm spiteful. You know, I know I'm human. You know what I mean. So, man, I used to be calculated, thinking about how to get you, man. But I learned, man. I learned. I wouldn't want nobody plotting on me like that, you know.
Right.
Even though I used to be prepared for it, like I think they plotting on me, so I'm gonna plot on them. You
Right.
know, I'm playing chess with life, you know. So
Yes.
it is what it is.
So let's take it up to. I want to ask you this: like when you fully get, I want to say you fully get out of the streets, because by the time you dealing with you coach for the Buckeyes, right?
Yeah.
By then you out, right?
Yeah, I left the game before the game made me leave, man.
I like how you said that.
And yeah, I knew it was coming. What was that? That was 06, wasn't it? 06.
Well, I was gone.
Yeah, that's what made me leave. All y'all was gone. No, I sat back and looked at my peers. And at that moment, we all accumulated a lot of money, and lawyers took it.
Right.
Lawyers took it. The Bells bondsmen,
Right.
and man, cars. And, we spent a lot of money on. I got married, man. I knew that was coming. So getting out of it was 06, and I got a story to tell, man. They followed me to work. I thought I'm working, little hustle on the side, a little bang bang here. I got a little stash. But anyway, they done snatched up most of the homies, everybody I'm connected with. We all on each other's phones, whatever, whatnot. They followed me to work. I see the car. I got the banger with me though. While I'm in my car. Go to work. I see the car follow me all the way to work. On the way home from work, I see the same car. Like, man, I don't know if these enemies or not, So I pull over at Speedway. Like, if this mother jump out, it's a black dude and a white dude. If he jump out like he coming over here, I'm giving him the business. But when he jumped out and he started walking towards me, looking at me, he did like this and pulled the badge out. So I had to shove that back down in the seat. Like, I'm trying to jump out so he can't even, He said, he think you slick. You go to work every day. We're going to get you too. Got all your buddies. What? You who? Yeah, you. Danny Calhoun. You. That was the day. They go to the phone, the stash, I'm done, I'm going to church, I'm getting married. I quit. Straight like that. Cold turkey. And was scared for 2-3 years before I even calmed down, because I didn't know what they had from.
Yeah, they can still come.
Yeah,
they can still come.
Yeah, it was that 06. 05, 06, I ain't touched nothing since.
Right. It's a beautiful feeling, man. I think it's just I guess you call it the soul in us. We still, like, you ain't hustling, but every time I see you, you riding clean. Every time I see you, you riding clean. Got Jordans on. You know what I'm saying? You dress nice. I seen you coming through with the bucket hat and all that last time I seen you. Trying to make it on a fashion statement.
Swag don't go.
Yeah. But it's like, and me, I go to work every day.
Right.
I'm buying shit.
Super
I'm
fly.
still and I try to tell my young boys, like, bro, I'm sipping good. I still hit the parties. I buy a bottle in the club. Buy a bottle of champagne. And it's all for me working. And when I go home, I don't have to worry about the police coming to kick down my door, bro. I understand. I don't knock nobody for how they gotta get it, but if you manage your money right, and you work towards something, like you just work for it, you can ball still.
You said the main
The
key.
same stuff.
You can ball,
Manage
bro.
the money right. The same hustling you doing, you ain't really doing it, working a 40-hour week. The rest of your profit, you got to get back on with.
Facts.
And then, it's just still the same cycle. You might as well take your ass to work for 40 hours. On the real,
And
man.
85% of them guys in the streets can make what they making working anyway, man. These guys ain't doing nothing but getting on and getting high, getting drunk, and buying an outfit and broke anyway. So it's like
they getting the
even
belt.
it,
might as
you
well-
even it,
yeah,
you
you
even
might
it
as
out.
well go ahead and go to work, man. You might as well go
Belt
on,
costs
go to
more
work,
than
man.
anything they
It's
got.
gonna, it's gonna take a
Even
little,
it
take a little
out.
bit, take a little bit of time, but. Man, go to work or start a business, man. Go to work, start a business, go to trade school, go to college, do whatever, man. But a lot of times, man, guys don't believe in themselves, man, and that's all it is. Like guys put that cap on themselves. Like
No, I remember
you
though,
believe you can't
no,
go
for
nowhere.
real though, I'm gonna keep it 100. I didn't never think I could live without selling dope.
Yeah, for sure.
I never thought I could live without selling dope. Like, I needed my stash money. I needed my extra money. I needed that. You know, I felt like I did anyway.
Right,
So when I just start working and just, it's all.
Right.
Man, I never looked at prices. I don't remember looking at prices of clothes, milk.
Right.
How much is that? Give me the mannequin. I want everything the mannequin got on.
Right.
You know.
I'm gonna tell you how I did it, OG. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. What I did was, I still had, some bread put up, but then once that bread started getting low, I'm like,
Panic mode.
I just gotta go cold turkey on the shit I like. I really got a problem with shopping. Like I'm one of them guys that on any given day I'm like, all right, man, I'm gonna go do t-shirt shopping. So I'm gonna go spend a couple $100s on. I'm gonna go spend probably about $400-500 on t-shirts. Like I'm just getting all t-shirts, and then I might have a day on a Sunday like, well, I want to go and I'm gonna hop online. I'm gonna order a couple pairs of Jordans today, or it might be a day I might be like, all right, I'm eating out this week. I got a taste for this, and that. I'm gonna eat Root Chris this day. I'm gonna eat Olive Garden. I'm gonna eat from the smallest stuff to the biggest shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna go buy I'm gonna go buy king crab legs. Yeah. Right. So what I had to do was I had to go cold turkey on everything. Like, bro, it's no shopping, it's no eating out, it's no none of that, bro. It's no going to the movies. You're not going to no clubs. You better find you something else to do. And that's when I really got caught up on watching because this was like back in, I don't want to put all my business out there. I've been out the streets for like about 4 or 5 years, like for real. And what I did was I started watching series. I would go to work and come and watch series. I caught up on The Wire. I caught up on Sopranos, Shameless, all them type of shows to keep myself from not doing stuff. I'm not going nowhere. Like, don't call me. Don't tell me to come nowhere to spend no money. Yeah. And that's kind of how I stacked my bread up. I took the rest of the money I had, the money I had from working when I started my janitorial, because I was really just breaking even. But if I'm not spending nothing, the sack piling up. So now I done had 6-7 months of me staying humble, staying down. We not eating out, we eating. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating. I'm still eating, but just not crazy. I'm going to the grocery store buying what I need: taco salads, chili, spaghetti, stuff that's gonna stretch. And then before I look at it, I'm like, all right, look, I got about 10,000-15,000 put up. Now, when the checks come in, I can go and spend a little bit here and there because I got this bread put up.
You got that cushion.
And got the cushion now. And then so now when I get paid, I put some to the cushion, spend what I want. These guys, they, like I said again, I keep saying they want to be lit. They want to be, you run around, you dealing with all these girls. You got to buy hotel rooms. They want shit. They smoking and drinking just as much as you is. You got to buy them bottles. You got to buy them, want the nails done, want clothes. Pussy ain't free.
Very few of them are really about their business. Like, it's a few of them that take care of their business.
But these young girls done changed, OG. These young girls done changed.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, like my sister and her friends and the older girls, they was about their business, and they would ask you for some things. But nowadays, girls about their business, and they still want you to pay for every fucking thing. These younger girls. Because the way the music is, this nigga pay for this nigga pay for that. You know what I'm saying? They might have a job where they making damn near 6 figures, but they like, man, I'm not paying my car payment, I'm not paying my phone payment, water payment. Nigga, you better pay all this shit because Meg Thee Stallion said you got to. You know what I mean?
It's a new ball game.
Yeah, it's different.
And I think it's gonna get worse because you got a whole group. Young people that look at each other like they at war with each other. You know, there ain't no families no more, bro. I mean, you got the women feeling like the men trying to get a free ride, the men feeling like the women trying to get a free ride. Ain't nobody trusting nobody.
Nope.
You know, ain't no love out here. Ain't no Ain't no R&B music.
Bring R&B back. 90s R&B, bring it back.
Yeah,
Man.
it's straight. Hey, man, and then the girls so hard, man. Like, it was
90s
just Lil
R&B,
Kim.
man.
It was just Lil
All
Kim.
the
We only
time.
had Kim, man.
Everything.
He said, "Ain't no
Ain't
R&B.
no
It ain't."
R&B in this joint, man. Like,
They
somebody
tripping.
slow dance in the night.
Something that you touched on, man, and a lot of, and Danny can attest to this,
Talk
man.
about it.
The same thing as far as working. You take the same principles from hustling, man. What you just said, man, what you just described is the same thing we did in the streets, man. When people tell you, man, stay down till you come up, that mean even when I'm hustling, man, I'm gonna put this bread up. I ain't gonna go out. I ain't gonna go shopping. I'm gonna tell old girl we in the house. We're gonna watch these videos. And even though I'm hustling,
Get the movie
I'm putting this
man
bread up. When we come out, we're gonna shine, right? So it's the same thing, even when you working, man. I stay down till I come up. Now when I'm working, it might take me a little longer. I might have to stay down a little longer before I pop out. But when I pop out, I'm popping out, right? You're gonna know it's something, right? So you take the same principles, man, from the streets to working, man. It's the same principles. Stay down till you come up. I gotta sit here. I gotta chill out. Now I'm gonna go to the grocery store, buy these groceries we ain't buying.
I mean, that same
we ain't
process,
going out. It's the
man.
same thing.
The same process we learn hustling, you can use for the rest of your life.
Right.
You know, and it's the same process no matter what you doing in life. Supply and demand, grind, stack, put your profit up.
Right.
Get back on. Faster you get on, faster you get on, faster, you know what I mean? It's
and
the
like
same
you said,
process.
you know it wasn't right, but like you said, the hustling teach you the other way. Like I'm gonna tell you something that what hustling taught me. What hustling taught me was you make relationships, but you got to try to read the people. So it's a gamble, but you make relationships. Make relationships, that's some more money you're going to make. I remember, and I don't want to say all the names, but...
And professionally, we call that networking.
Right.
Yeah,
Same fact. That's a fact. That's what I do now. I got a whole...
Same business.
In my janitorial company, I got a whole bunch of different guys we all conversate with. You know what I'm saying? And I see what they got. Like, it's a guy right now that's in Cleveland. He making $300,000 a year. And I you know, we converse. We converse. I pray to get to that level. But I'm gonna tell you a story from back when I was hustling, and this story involves you, and you might not even know it. But I'm not gonna say his name. An old friend of mine. He was getting on from you, and I believe you had somebody in the car with you, and I come out there. I'm rapping with him, and you telling him like, and I think the dude that was in the car was telling me like, damn, your boy getting it, ain't he? And you like, man, that nigga, I come over here like a couple times a day. That nigga getting to the bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he calling for a couple ounces, an ounce or so every couple hours. You know what I'm saying? And I remember and that guy, before he went bad, you know what I mean? He would tell me like, man, you got the hustle, but you just so, what's the word I'm saying? You so, you only want to deal with the certain people you dealing with, like, you know what I'm saying?
Picky.
You picky about who you dealing with, and I'm kind of like network, because that was back then when I'd be like, oh man, he a bitch ass nigga, I don't want to sell him. You can't buy
like
no quarter
nigga.
from me.
Right.
You can't do this and you can't do that.
You let your personal feelings get involved with the
exactly.
money.
And he, you know what I'm saying, he got people, he got his geeks he's selling to. He got the guys 50 dubs, 100 dubs, quarters, buying halves, and that's why he was able to, to deal with you so much. And I'm like, I had to sit back like, damn. So that's what make me apply to this and that. Like, a lot of them guys, it's some other guys that make 50, 100,000, and I might not like the way they talk, but we still all in that same network. Yes. They call me like, hey, Rashawn, I know you down there in Middletown. I'm up in Columbus, but we all deal with this big umbrella, and you down there close to Dayton. I mean, you down there closer to Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? I want to link with you to see if you can get some of your people to go and do some of these jobs. And I don't even like the way these dudes talk.
Right.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? But it's all about networking. It's not about if I like you or not. We got a goal.
It's business.
And the goal is the business and to get some bread. You know what I'm saying?
The game
as long as you don't disrespect me, you know what I'm saying? Like you done took nothing from me or harmed me, just like the game.
Right.
So what? It's whatever.
Some
you know what I'm saying?
Some of the people that you don't like be your best business partner because y'all ain't got nothing to talk about but this paper and the job.
That's a fact.
The paper and the job.
And that's
Boom,
understood.
boom, 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 boom. Okay, we both on the same page. All right, boom, boom. It's over.
Yeah.
You know, and then you have a better relationship like that because every time he call you, you think about this money. It's money. It's money. You know, we ain't talking about nothing else. So it's a good thing.
So fast forwarding, we get to the we didn't even elaborate on the Buckeye.
How we start that?
How you felt about the because after the Buckeye League, that's when you took a little hiatus, right?
Yeah.
After the Buckeye League.
Yeah. Okay, the Buckeye League. It was Frank Frazier and Bob Davis. We took teams from Pee Wee. We went to Gatlinburg that year, and a couple of the teams was little Buckeyes. We like, man, what if we just did this all year long and play in this traveling league? You know, Cincinnati got this traveling league, man. They got some of the best talent, and they kicking butt all over the country. Let's try this. You know, I think we can do it.
Right.
Got with Rondo, Big Diddy Howard, rest in peace, Diddy.
Rest in peace.
A whole bunch of other guys, man. Jalen Marshall's dad. It was a few of us, man. So we was like, you know, trying to get each age group together. That was the hard part, you know, from K1 to 6th grade. So you got Zach and them at 6th grade. You got Jalen and Pooh and them up under them. Bender up under them. Bender
Free
and little
Pooh.
Vince Edwards them. They up under them. Who was under them? I think Colin Jackson, E.J. Colson. Then you got little Vince and Boops and them. Then you had Xavier Peters and them out there. We was a K1, K2. So once we knew we can get these kids, now how we gonna pay for this equipment? Right. How we gonna pay for all these kids?
Y'all got 6 to
Yeah,
K1.
it still got Middletown Pee Wee, but this is select. This is
Right.
we want the best of the best. We trying to compete against the world, and I think it was one of the best things we ever did was put them in that real competitive league. Look how many kids went D1. Well, not even D1. How many kids went to college?
Right. Yeah.
That played in that Buckeye League. You know what I mean?
No, that Buckeye League was for real. That Buckeye League was for real. Because when y'all had y'all's home games, they would be over at behind Verity, right?
Yeah.
And I remember, bruh, that was like, niggas gonna stop hustling. Niggas gonna put the pack down. They gonna see little Buckeyes, bruh. It was like the middies when they, you know what I'm saying? When the middies was prime time, niggas like, man, don't tell them they geek, man. Don't call my phone, man. I'm about to go watch the Buckeyes. They like, who?
It was
little
dope,
Buckeyes. Man. Who? Some kids?
Dope,
I need a 30 over a 40. You know, I gotta watch these kids. Bye. I'll call you back in a couple hours.
It was fun, man.
But yeah, that was dope, man. And like you said, a lot of them kids did excel, man. A lot of them
did, man. They did. I mean, yeah, future Middletown Hall of Famers, college football players. A couple of them went to the league, you know, different leagues and stuff. But and it's still growing. I mean, I'm still seeing kids like Kellen Davis. I coached him in 2nd grade, man. I remember we went undefeated, unscored on. He working out right now, switching from quarterback to be a tight end. You know, my nephew Vince training kids. You know what I mean? So just to see them still, Bryson White up in Cincinnati, Westchester area, he training. You know what I mean? Tiller Speed. Shout out Tiller Speed. Yeah, man, just to see them do other things in life and grow to be the men that they are, you know, it's a blessing, man, to be in so many young men's lives. You know what I mean?
So how did that make you feel, man, when you see that, man? When you see these kids that you coached excelling as adults, as grown men?
As men.
Like how does that
proud
make you
ass
feel?
coach, man.
Yeah, man.
I really do feel I'm proud of them boys.
And do you recognize your impact on them?
I ain't really smelled the roses yet, man. You know what I mean? I'm still in grind mode. I got
you in it. You in it and you back now.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm about to retire.
I think when you was gone probably and everybody and the kids need you, then you probably like, damn, maybe I was that. But now that you back in it, it's probably gonna take even longer now because now that you back in, I know you're gonna be back in because you still young. You still young. You looking good. You know what I'm saying? You got a cow?
Yeah, I got it.
And then you can screw that middle piece right there too. Right here. That hole from that top.
Right
no,
here?
no, up. Go right there. Right, go up. Right there.
Yeah.
Just
Right what it
tight.
is. Yeah.
So I feel like you're gonna be in it now. You back in it for the long haul. So it's
Yeah,
probably
man.
gonna take even more longer.
You know,
for
my brother took over. He the president of Middletown Pee Wee football.
Shout out Glenn, man.
Shout out, bro.
Glenn
You
Calhoun,
doing
man.
it big, man. You know,
Very intelligent, knowledgeable young man.
we work together, and you know that's my brother, man. So we work together. And we talking football every day. I'm like, man, I ain't gotta do that no more, man. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm coaching my son playing high school ball now. I come watch my grandkids play, but I ain't going to coach. Man, yeah, okay, yeah. I got out there, man, and it's in your blood, man. It's just in you, man. I couldn't help it, man. Smell the grass and seeing the spit, you know.
Right. Oh yeah.
It's just
he
football,
probably knew what I know when once he got the president job, he like, oh yeah, bro, coming back. I already know. He probably knew that.
Yeah, I was proud of our daughters. Our daughters stepped up and they helping out with the cheer program.
Okay.
You know, they all
they got the cheer program. Yeah.
So the cheer program gonna be big, man. So we try to do them like we did the boys. We taking them to Gatlinburg. They get to go to Gatlinburg this year and all that.
And how they do the cheers? The cheers to each grade too, or they pair them up
each
more.
Grade,
okay.
Each grade.
Ooh, that's a lot.
So
that's a lot,
yeah,
man.
so we trying to but let them get that experience of cheering in a different state, different environment.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, most of us growing up, we only played in Ohio or in Tennessee.
Right.
You think about it now, these kids have played all over the country, man.
Right.
You know, they get Florida, Texas, St. Louis, Indiana, Georgia.
And I'm gonna say this, man, because I don't, man. I don't think you recognize your impact, man, just on this community, period, man. And a lot of times, man, when you impact one person, man, and then that person goes on to impact somebody else, it's like each one teach one, right? So even for you, man, starting, with these kids and that impact that you have on them at such an early age, and then they grow on and they pass on that knowledge to somebody else. And I'll even say this, man, just as far as, my change, right? You was working. I was still in the streets, right? You was working, and married. You married a good woman, a host. Just a good woman. So even for me to see that, right? To see that, okay, this my guy. This my guy. I know who you are, and to see you, working and married and taking care of your kids, like that impacted me, right? So then, I eventually make my transition, and now I'm impacting others too. So that still stem from you, right? So
Thanks, bro.
you have a lot of impact, man, on this community, man. I just, you my guy for sure.
You gotta know that.
Man, that's real.
You gotta know that.
Yo.
You gotta know that. You
Yo.
gotta know that.
Your smile light up
that.
any room,
Oh,
man,
man,
right?
that's
You
good
gotta know
stuff. I
and
be
then-
drunk half the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Your pain, man, what you done been through in life, man.
Yeah,
a lot of
I was gonna
times.
say that.
I'm sorry,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say that
Yep.
to take that even further. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to get too you know what I mean? Like bring that up. But when somebody can sit back and see everything you've been through, like right now, people who might not know about your past, they bring it. You telling your story right now.
Right.
But they know. A lot of people know. Like Denny, he started off as a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Then he went to helping the kids out. Then he went through some triumph. So they got to really sit and see all these different angles, and they like, damn, this man's still standing tall. You feel me? Like this man done been through some shit. This man done been through some shit, bro. Yeah. But he's still standing tall, and you know what I'm saying? We know, motherfuckers know, like, that it's, inside, it's that could break a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you like you said, you like, man, I gotta learn to forgive.
Yeah.
Got to learn to keep pushing. But it hurt.
Yeah.
Like I learned to keep pushing. And we see that shit, bro. We see that. We see that. You know what I mean? So I wish I had a motherfucking trophy. You done gave out so many trophies. I wish I'd have got a trophy made right now. I wish I'd have got a trophy. I'm probably going to. That's just because Booski and Cookout fashion. I need to find. They still making trophies at by the bowling alley.
They might.
Don't be surprised if I bring you a trophy and just be like,
man.
The man of the decade. That nigga, just a good nigga, and it'd be a picture of you on there doing a Heisman or something like that. Don't be surprised or some shit.
Facts.
But yeah, though. But yeah, so we telling you now, and we know what people think. Like I know if I'm in here perping, I'm like, well, I fuck with Danny. Me and Cal fuck with Danny. Few niggas fuck with Danny, but there's a couple people I done heard be like, man, fuck Danny. I ain't heard it. I ain't never heard it.
Not never.
I ain't never heard it.
No,
I ain't never heard
never.
no Danny done did this. Danny done.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard it. And I be out here.
Yeah, I try to keep it solid, man. You know, I can't say I'm no saint. I did some.
Yeah. We all have.
But
I think your good definitely outweigh whatever
and you know
whatever
what,
it is you done done.
I've been trying to clean up from the past, bro, because I didn't think I was gonna. I might not make it up there to see the good Lord. You know, I did some bad things, man.
Right.
Them streets ain't. You know, it's no expiration date on some things, and yeah, I did some things, man.
Trying to even the scales.
Yeah,
Right?
man. I got to. I know I've been better the majority of my life, adult life.
Yeah.
Them young, man, you remember them young days,
Yeah,
man.
without a doubt.
When I had dreads, man, I think they made me wild or something, man. So if you got dreads, cut them off, man. They do something to you. No, I'm just kidding,
turn you into
bro.
something else.
Yeah, them dreads had me wild, man. I didn't think right.
But you know, again, man, and I just speaking for me personally, man. Sometimes I just be going through stuff in life, man, and I just think I think of you, man, like I do, and it's like, man, I gotta tighten up, like immediately. I'm like, man, tighten
That
up.
get up part, man. It's all about that
your
get up.
Your homie done been through X, Y, or Z, man, and you over here going through, you know, the
I
stuff
couldn't
that I be
preach
going
about
through.
that getting up every time if I didn't do it. That's just like coaching football. I can't teach something I don't know unless I done learned it.
Yeah.
You know, how you learn. You gotta go through it.
So my thing is just I just wanted to point that out to you, man. I don't think you understand your impact, man. Just you know on the world, period. You can help us, man. But you know, like I said, man, what you do when you empower people, and then we turn around and empower others, that all stems from you, man. Like it's a branch. So
I'm glad I'm able to do that.
You definitely, man, just a positive light, you know, on this city, man. And,
Right, all of them.
you know,
I see
I
it.
love you, man. You my guy.
I see it out there. The ones that's out there, you know what I'm saying? The ones that's doing it now. I'm like, they looking like they young Dannies for real. You know what I mean? The Danos and the Chris's and the Stevens and who else out there? The Jeffs and the Curves and all that. I'm like, y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know
And
what I
I'm
mean?
in their ear out there.
And really, I'm surprised I never did it for real. Like, because
Me too.
they was asking me, they was like, you want to come out there and help the kids? I'm like, damn, I do, but I don't.
I thought you would have when your son was young.
I know, but he never
He ain't like basketball.
he went to baseball.
Yeah,
He played baseball and he played
Yeah.
hoop.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him to play football because he was too small. You know what I'm saying? He was too small. So you
Man,
know.
football just was.
But I told him, like, you got speed. Don't matter if you small or not. I was small too.
When I had that youngest son of mine, I knew it was over, man. This dude was born with the ball in his hand, man. Like it was different with him.
Right.
Man, he breathed. He called it a day, talking about, hey, I got film. Coach Krause giving me the playbook. You know, I mean, he up in Fairfield, man. So it's just a different ball game. It's fun.
I'm just. First of all, I'm happy that y'all pulled up, because there's a lot of people that say it's gonna pull up and they don't. You know, we don't make it, and it's not personal. It's just we just can't find the time. You know what I mean? So you need some more ice?
He might need some ice.
What's on the pop?
It's on the pop. Go ahead. Go on, let that Playboy out there. Go ahead. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
We got all night. This gonna be one of them ones. It's one of them ones. So Cal, you eventually get out the streets.
Yes, for sure.
I know that had to be hard. I know that had to be hard as hell.
No, it is hard, and I'm gonna say this too real quick, man. Before, because I do, man. One thing I do is just try to give people their flowers, man. And you know, something you just touched on as far as us pulling up, and you know, I can speak for Danny when I say, man, it's an honor for us, right, to pull up, man, because we see what you do in the community. We see what you stand for. We see what you doing. How you trying to the energy you trying to bring to the city, and one, it's inspiring to me. I'm sure it's inspiring to Danny, and just please keep doing what you're doing because it's needed. And you're a solid man. So anytime, man, you call me, I'm coming. Right. And thank you for having us. So yeah, leaving the streets, man, it is difficult. Kind of, what Danny was touching on a little earlier. You only know one way of life, and then you don't have that belief in yourself that I can get out here and get a job, especially when I ain't really worked all my life to provide for my family. Especially at that time for me when I'm having, I got teenagers in my home, so kids get a little bit more expensive as they get older.
That's a fact.
But I definitely knew it was my time because it wasn't. I didn't have that same feeling or that adrenaline rush I used to get from hustling. Right, I wasn't having that no more. And, for me, it's certain generational curses in my family that I was trying to break, just as far as, my daughter's not being, pregnant in high school, staying away from guys, such as myself. My son's not going to prison. That was a goal of mine. And the only way that you can really play your part in that is if you home, right? It ain't really got nothing to do with what you buying. It's your presence. And I understood that. Right. And then, what me and Danny was talking about a little earlier was, I actually got, scared. Like I actually got to the point where I was scared of jail. Right. Jail had been, easy for me. Because they start you at DYS, 14. Right? And then it get easy, right? I understand, yeah.
Once you pass that test, it's all easy.
It's simple, right?
What you mean you got scared? Like once you went to the feds, was that different?
Yeah. So this was.
Oh, okay.
Like I had the blueprint for me, the blueprint for jail, right? I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna mind my business. I'm not talking to a whole lot of people. It's gonna be 1 or 2 people I might end up interacting with. We get cool. When you first get there, somebody gonna get out of line. I'm gonna go and get my little fight out the way, win, lose, or draw, so they know I am gonna fight. Right. And then after that, people leave you alone, and then you can just do your time, and it's easy. But that Fed bit and my mother passing away.
While you was in the feds?
Yeah, while I was in the feds, right?
Rest in peace.
That was something I wasn't prepared for, man. I wasn't prepared for that.
Hold on. You got to give her shots out to her flowers. Man. Judy wrote every one of us every time we was locked up. I'm talking about she wrote everybody in the community. Every guy that was locked up. Shouts out to Miss Judy. She wrote everybody. She might have sent you some pictures, a card on your birthday. You might not got no mail from nobody else in your family.
But that's dope.
Miss Judy gonna write you.
That's dope. That's ill. That's
and
ill.
my people around me, loved her, man. She loved my guys. She loved my sister's friends. And then even in passing, man, I say them same guys, man. When we talk about how you you got friends. And them same guys carried my mom in my absence, right? They carried her, her casket, at her funeral, right? Guys that I grew up with.
They let you out for the funeral?
No. So what had happened was when I was in the federal system. I had just got to my parent institution. I hadn't been there, but not even a month when that happened. And they were saying since I hadn't been there long enough to get a security review, that even though I was at a federal prison camp, they wouldn't allow me to attend. So, my grandmother and them tried to, they called up there like, man, we'll pay the marshals to, transport him. But they didn't let me go, right? And I wasn't prepared for that, man. That hadn't figured in my math, right? Right. I knew everything that came with jail at that time.
Right.
But I hadn't figured that out. And, my mother, man, like Danny just said, man, if you was from the hood and, she knew you, she was gonna write you a letter. So my mother wrote me every single day. Like every single day I was in the federal system, my mother wrote me, and she passed away at that table writing me, right? At the table writing me, she passed away, and I still haven't read that letter. Like the police got that letter, gave it to my grandma. Grandma gave it to me when I came home. I have it, but I'll probably never read it, right? But anyway, that and then coming home, and I'm like, even though I did come home, I had to be, honest. I came home and was still out hustling, you know what I mean, and still doing things I shouldn't have been doing. I understood I had to give it up, man, because it wasn't fun for me no more. I didn't get that adrenaline rush no more. And I wanted to play my part in trying to give my kids a chance. And I finally understood that
Key was, man.
I have to be present, my presence. So, I grew up poor. I grew up broke. So, going back to that and
That's
being broke and poor,
fear.
it's that's scary,
That
right?
fear.
That's one
That
of
was the fear.
the biggest. That's one of your biggest
Right.
fears,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Broke or somebody
Going
calling you
back
broke,
to being
right?
poverty. Going back to not having no money.
Starting over.
Oh, that was so
Starting over.
scary to me, man.
Yeah.
And it was.
It's scary to me now.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of, I had a lot of haters, man, for whatever reason, man, because I always kept it solid in the streets, the light skin thing.
Light skin. That's what it was.
So they couldn't wait. People couldn't wait for that. Street people
they
couldn't
hate
wait for
my
that,
name,
and then call you broke, and it used to hurt me. It was like daggers.
Right.
But in my head, man, I already knew, man. One thing about me
Bro, I got
is
40,000.
I'm gonna go get some money, man.
Right.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get some money. So, yeah, man, just for them babies, man, give them a chance.
So we spoke a little bit off the camera about you being who you are now, but going through some things, and we really didn't get like all the way back to it. You suffered some losses. You know what I mean? Some untimely deaths of of your babies, a daughter, a son. You know what I mean? So how are you able to, to keep pushing even though you know what I'm saying, you went through something so tragic?
Bruh, my daughter was in 2020. Time of my life. Just getting back from Cali, making 4,800 a week. Yeah, man. I come back and it's happening while I'm on the phone with her. I'm screaming through the phone, telling my granddaughter to run. That little girl is the strongest thing I could ever imagine, man. She's the blessing out of all this. I had to think of something positive. Why would God do something like that? It was for my granddaughter. I never seen a kid so strong, But me and her, we went through therapy after. As black men, we don't go through therapy, man. You don't do that. You don't tell nobody your problems.
Right.
You hold that in.
Kinda
Suck
hold
it up,
in.
boy.
Just suck it up, right? That's what they tell us.
How you gonna suck that up? You're so daughter, man. 28 years. I'm pawpaw. Suck it up. Get it together. How you gonna do that? Man, so it took a lot of soul search, praying to one God,
Right.
creator of everything. Bro.
'Cause I know you felt like, I know you probably wanted to explode, like you wanted vengeance on probably whoever or however it came.
Couldn't do nothing about that one,
Right. But I know, but I know you probably just in general you probably just wanted to explode though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was very, very, very challenging, man. And I think my kids, I just kept looking at them like you just can't lay down. Look who's watching you. You know, my son like, come on, daddy. Let's throw the ball, man. I gotta get ready for football season. It's COVID time, so we really can't go nowhere. You know, we trained hard, man, in the yard. He came out, busted butt. You know, I think football helps a lot. Therapy helped. You know, you gotta talk to somebody, and maybe it was good. It was an old white dude that nobody knew. I don't know if that was the reason why or whatever. But I was able to, express myself and get a little bit of that stuff out, man. A lot of it out, and build and know what I'm building for. You know what my legacy will be. It's my grandchildren. You know, it's not about. Ain't about old me no more, you know. Once I start thinking like that, it's a better outlook on life.
And we normally we say, like you said, hold your problems in, and then you think like, oh man, this person don't care, but they really specialize in like the navigation of the navigation of what you got going on. Even if they don't necessarily like, they're not. What's the word I want to use? If they're not, they not feeling the same pain as you feeling. They know ways of you to try to like counter react that. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope that you went to it with your grandbaby too.
Yeah.
The grandbaby too, because it shows her at an early age. Speak to somebody. Cause we can talk to I can just talk to the homie and the regular person. They just gonna be, oh bruh, yeah, I know what you're going through, bruh. You gotta stay strong and stay. But they not peeling back to all the layers.
I can't say what it's like to lose a father or my mother. But a sibling, yes. But a child, then the second child, my son.
Yeah.
That one, that hit different because it was, his, the guys he was around, that loyalty, that friendship or whatever. Don't know who it was. Everybody said I don't know who it was. But if your buddies was there, I mean, somebody should know something. So that one hurt because it's unsolved.
Right.
It's unsolved, and I don't know. I look at his daughters, and he got videos, YouTube videos.
So you getting to see a lot of him. Yeah, he was active.
Yeah,
He was active. I know, before his untimely death, I just spoke to him. He ran down on me because a lot of people know I do a lot of things in the town. I was putting together a big show that just passed, and I spoke to him early on. He pulled down on me. Hey yo, big homie, I heard you. You know what I'm saying? You putting something together. I want to be a part of it. I rap. I'm like, yeah, I know you be on your shit when it comes to the music side. So I definitely got a spot for you. And the unfortunate incident happened. I want to say like a month before I did the event. So that's like I said. I spoke to you off camera. A lot of these kids, they want to. At a certain age, they get closer to their friends than following they elders. because they feel like we not cool, or they feel like we outdated, or
Right.
what we trying to tell them
You don't know nothing.
is the wrong thing. We don't know, like, but we done been through it all. We done seen it all. You done came here and told your story. You done been in the dough game. You done dealt with betrayal from guys. You cool with some guys that you ain't cool with. Some guys that you thought would, would stand tall and be solid. Some of them stayed solid. Some of them didn't. Family. Some family you thought. So you done been all women. You know what I'm saying? Going straight. You done been through everything that it is to go through, but then a lot of the younger guys would be like, oh, he don't know nothing. But like y'all say, you gotta bump your head.
You got to.
You got to bump your head. You got to bump your head.
That's the best lesson in life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best lesson in life, man. I mean, you can tell somebody, yeah, man, hey, brother, might be a bad move. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, okay.
Right.
I got a son right now, and I tell him, boy, but when you see yourself and you're a child, you understand, man, how come I didn't listen?
Right.
And it's just, I mean, you got to break the cycle. That was the goal. That is the goal. Get out the hood, break the cycle. Everybody go to college. You try your best to do these things, but God got his own path, and each person got their own path.
Mm-hmm. But back to what we were speaking about, the untimely demises of Jamaica and Dan. I call him Big Boss Kid every time I see him. Rest in peace, rest in heaven, and we're gonna take a little moment of silence for him. Amen, 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 amen. So Cal had to step out for a minute. So what is Denny doing? Nowadays, as the OG that he is, the player that he is. I don't mean like a player like with women, but just the cool, smooth, player vibes. You know what I'm saying? What is Denny doing nowadays?
Oh man, the future is so bright, bro. First of all, my business, Calhoun Tree Service, is still doing this thing. But
Go ahead, give him that plug. Go ahead, give him that plug, man.
513-571-5883. Calhoun Tree Service. If you need any work done, just give me a call.
Don't let them trees get ahead of you.
But yeah, I've been doing that since since my youngest daughter was about a year old, 23, 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
Worked for one company that was Aspen, subcontract through Duke. Certified line clearance. 25 years standing, straight. This is what I do. I cut trees and football. I love football. I come out of retirement this year. Help my brother out. My brother then took over as president of Middletown Youth Football. So it's all hands on deck. The daughters got to go ahead and be cheer coaches. Yeah, everybody get a whistle this year. I think it's gonna be a great year for the community. We bringing back that old school football. I only know how to coach it one way.
Right.
And
you got the young boys,
yeah,
right?
I got the babies.
You got the babies.
Grade. My brother got the K1. I got the second.
So do you think it's harder?
I'm with the second.
Do you like coaching them versus coaching the older ones, or you like I'd rather get them right now when I can teach them early?
Like the babies. This year is so special to me because the head coach I'm coaching with is Caleb Watkins.
Okay. Shout out to Caleb.
Assistant coach Antonio Banks, Jemai Calhoun, Big Blake. You know what I mean?
Big Blake, that's my guy. What up, Blake?
The thing about him, man, and Caleb's pops, Scott, think about it. We coached these dudes when they was that age. So now to come back and coach these guys, sons, with my grandson, man, it's special, bro. I get jitters going out there watching them play, man, and to turn Middletown football back around to the powerhouse it used to be.
Right.
When people used to hate to see that purple coming, man.
That means something, man.
Yeah, man.
That purple
That
means
pride,
something.
man.
Yeah, that's a fact. That
We
purple
gonna
means
fight, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's get back in this thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I've been gone for a few years. I've seen a lot of football, coached a lot of football, but I got to give my shots out to Cincinnati. Y'all playing good ball down there, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
On the real, on every level, Pee Wee, high school, college, pro.
Cause you had your boy down there for a minute. Is he?
Yeah,
well, he's still down there, right?
No, he playing Fairfield. He in
Okay.
Fairfield.
But
so,
you had him down there.
down there playing there.
And I mean, what they still
It's
smash
different level
mouth down there.
That's it. Old school.
Okay.
You got to earn it.
Right.
You know, no matter who your dad is or who putting that money in.
Right.
Man, them kids is hungry.
Right.
So, you know, a lot of people want to say they cheating and out. Nah. They practice hard and they play hard.
Right.
It's just football. Old school football. It's 11 on 11, man. Playing football.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
They play good football. I give them shots out to Cincinnati, man. Y'all play good football, bro.
Right. But hopefully that you back, you know what I'm saying? Stuff can turn around, man.
We got to bring it back. They say that speed.
Right.
Yeah, they knew when they come to Middletown, somebody going to take off.
Right.
On the
Right.
real. You got to watch that speed, yeah.
Right.
So we're going to bring that back. But we got meat now, though. We got some big kids, man.
Right. Yeah. My nephew, it's my nephew's first year. I couldn't get my son to play. And we would talk to my nephew about it. And my nephew would be like, oh, I don't want to play. But I did this because he wanted to sit in the house and play the video game all the time.
Right.
But we finally got him out there because he a bigger kid.
He like it.
With speed. He like it. This how I knew he liked it. Yesterday, you know, we had all that rain. Calling. His dad had to work. My mom, like, I can't take him. I take him sometimes. So I call him, like, nephew, you trying to get out there? He like, yeah. I'm like, you seen the rain and it's muddy and yeah, I want to go out there. And then the day before that, it was hot. We had a heat advisory.
Yeah.
I'm like, nephew, you want to go practice? Yeah, I want to go. Because I told him, one tip I did give him, I said, you practice hard, you get more playing time in the game. Mm-hmm. They want to know who taking it serious at practice. Mm-hmm. You treat practice like the game. Mm-hmm. And so now he heavy on practice. Mm-hmm. So he like it. I love it. You know, that was my thing, football. So
yeah, that's B Hall.
Yeah, Boss Hall. I was telling some guys. I was telling some guys I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to that name, man. Just like when you see me, just call me Boss Hog, man. But I want to celebrate you again, man. Give your flowers. Like I said, you might not know it because you in it still. But when it come to your name, and like I said, I'm big on names. I tell my son every day, your name is your name. And when it come to your name, you got a good one, man. I know you said you got some stuff that you in your past that you had to try to fix, but I think it might already be fixed, man. I think it's fixed because it's like, you know how sometimes you just hear rumblings. Like when you come around, it might be one person that just be looking. Everybody, it might be 10 people. Oh, Danny, what's up? But it's that one person sit back there on the wall looking like I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't never see it, man. So good guy, good. Even for me, because they try to call me OG now, and I'm like, I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. It's real OGs. Somebody for me to look up to, and be like, yeah, I can do it that way. Danny did it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. You know what I'm saying? You that guy.
Thanks, bro.
You that guy. Always up, and Cal too. Cal had to step out. Seen Cal change his life. Seen Denny change their life. Seen how they care about this community that y'all, and I keep saying this is a community that y'all call, it's raggedy, it's small, it's a dying city.
You make it.
It's what you make it. I got times where I go and if I want to be around some bullshit, I go hang with my bullshit. No disrespect to them, but I go hang with my hood niggas, my bullshit guys. The nigga that's been trapping all day, and we gonna step out to the club. But when I want to be positive, right. I get with OGs like y'all. Right. Give me some game. What you know, OG? Tell me I'm going through this. I'm having women problems. I'm having this problem. Give me some game. Or I hang with my Fredos. Fredo, I'm trying to learn the camera. I need to know how to do this. Joey, I want to know how to make some clothes and what do I do about this? How do I print this? Who do I go to see this? Marie Bailey's. I need to know, man, God speaking to me, but I'm not getting it all the way. I need to know this. But then when I want to hang with my people that's rowdy, I go hang with them. So like you said, it's what you make it, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's what you make it, man.
Yeah, it's a great community, you know.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Latinos, man.
Them too, yeah.
I got some partners, man, they can fix anything. They can help with the tree work.
Right,
So
right.
we getting their kids into football now, you know.
That's dope. That's dope. That's
so
dope.
That's
dope because there really ain't too many of them out there.
Right, but they
so
fast,
yeah, that's dope.
Bruh.
Right.
Big, some of them strong, man.
Yeah.
Man, so
See, that's
it's
changing the game.
It's a different.
Changing the game.
Oh man, they gonna be here. They buying
Right.
houses.
Yeah, right.
We here.
Right.
We here. This is our community. This is our hood.
Right.
We gonna have to, you know,
Yeah,
learn to
that's
live
dope.
together,
That's
bro.
dope. That's dope, man.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Riding 4-wheelers with them and stuff like that, man. It's a beautiful thing. Working with them every day.
Right.
Eating with them.
Right.
Our kids growing up together.
Uh-huh.
I mean, this home.
Right.
It's Middletown. It's what we make it, man. You know?
Moneytown, Middletown, Ohio, 513, Purple City. Man, I thank you for coming through. You family now, so I talked to you about starting your own thing, so you might see Denny's own thing out there at the football field, you know what I'm saying? But if not, you know, you always welcome to come back, man. It's the Cookout Podcast, man. You family. You been family, but now once you come through here and you talk on the camera, you get your feet wet. You entertainment family now. You know what I'm saying? You already been family, but now you got your feet wet on this entertainment
I'm glad
side.
we did it.
You know
I'm
what I
glad
mean?
we sat down, man.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
it's something, especially me and Ski was talking about it. We've been talking about it for a while. I mean, you've been talking about it for a while.
That's a
so,
fact.
You know, I'm
That's
like,
a
yeah,
fact.
I can't wait to get over there and sit
That's a
down
fact.
and just chop it up and, you know, get some love out there and some advice. Like to these young fellas, man, you know what I mean? Run around here, killing each other over nothing.
Right.
You know, shoot them up, doing 20 years.
Right.
So you 23 when you go in, come home 43 and the world changed on you.
Right.
Mama might die while you in there. Daddy might die.
Cal said,
Sister might die. Whole family might be gone by the time you come home.
Right.
You got to think about these decisions you make, man, before you make them.
You heard him, man. You better get that game, man, and take heed to it. I'm Bouskin, 1/3 of the Cookout Podcast, the world's most secure podcast, and we out of here, man. It's your boy Bouskin, aka Fatback Jackson. Ooh, with my co-host
Jordan Lee, F it is just me.
and this is the Cookout Podcast.
The world's most secure podcast.
Pull up and grab a